Charlie. There you go. Hi, Charlie. Charlie, are you there? It seems like we are having technical difficulties. Charlie, if you could just type in your question in the chat box just so that we could already read it out to Destiny. To the members of the press, feel free to ask your questions to not just to Destiny. Jeff and James are also free to answer any inquiries that you might have. So, Charlie, while waiting for your question in the chat box, Destiny, tell us about the time that you visited Manila just a couple of months back. You told me that. Oh, there you go. Here's the question. How was how was the experience going here in the Philippines? So yes, exactly my question
There
too.
we go. Honestly, that was my first time in Asia.
Yeah.
That was my first time. I've been to Europe, but that was my first time entering that side of the world. And I honestly, I always get so nervous when I travel out of the country just because I'm like, I don't know, I just be getting scared sometimes. So I was a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. But when I showed up, it was instant, it was just instant love. And I was around great people, and they really made my Manila trip an experience, something I'm never gonna forget. We actually went to Boracay for a
Yes, you
weekend.
did.
So I got to see beautiful Boracay. We went jet skiing, we were on a boat, we ate a lot of great food, and obviously partied a little bit. But it was a blast. Careless took great care of me, and I can't wait to go back. Manila is has a special place in my heart for sure.
And being with Careless, I'm sure you'll be back here in no time. That question was actually from Gab Diaz of ManilaRepublic.com. So any other title would like to ask their questions? So while waiting for these questions, Destiny. Oh, here you go. For Jeff and James, congratulations on launching new artists under your management and label. This is from MJ Felipe of ABS-CBN News. Can you give us an update through? Can you give us an update though on your other prime artists like Liza Soberano, Nadine, and others? Thank you from MJ Felipe of ABS-CBN.
Well, thank you for asking. Not to be a Debbie Downer, but I want to keep it a bit of a secret. Obviously, we've been out here in LA working very hard. Our artists have been grinding for the last 2, 3 months, working with a lot of different collaborators. Please, hang tight just a little bit longer, and we'll have a lot of different updates from all of the different artists. But the hint I can give is that you'll see a lot of collaborations, both with U.S. based creatives and artists as well as other Asian countries. So it will be a very, I would say, collaborative year on the international side for our artists, as well as Careless as a whole. So thank you for taking that vague answer, but we just want the surprise to be even more fun when we do release everything.
If you are
Thank you.
actually
And
craving for any news from any of the other artists, just stay tuned on Careless's Instagram because they do pop up once in a while. Actually, they do pop up a lot. So if you do want to know what they're up to, their Instagram is the page that you need to be looking out for. We have another question from Giselle of When in Manila. Hi, I would like to ask Destiny, how is it so far working with James Reid?
It's honestly been such a blast. Like I said before, I've got to connect with everybody from Careless on a personal level. With James, it just felt natural. It's just very organic. Our bond and our connection we have as friends, and even just as artists, as an artist to artist. Working with James has been obviously an amazing experience. There's definitely going to be a lot more work between us going down in the future. So I mean, that's pretty much all I can say. This is just the beginning, and we've only done a couple of projects so far together. So there's going to be plenty more collaborations in the future, and I can't wait. Can't wait to get started, and can't wait to show you guys.
We have another question from Gab Diaz of Manila Republic. Apart from your collaborations with James for Lie to Me, have you done any collaborations with other Careless music artists? What kind of music should we expect from you?
Haven't worked with any Careless artists yet, but I have literally, since they've been in LA, I have been with every Careless artist every day. So we hang out literally every day. So it's bound to happen one of these days soon. And as far as type of music, I feel like I'm a little mixture of everything. I don't really, I like to just expand my horizons and expand my sound. You know, there's genres that I'm into like hip hop, R&B, pop, alternative, but 2023 going on, I'm leaning more on the pop wave. So I hope y'all like pop music because that's what you guys are going to be getting.
Actually, our next question from Global Daily Mirror is somewhat related to the answer that you just gave. But if you would like to expound a bit more, feel free to do so, Destiny. When it comes to making your own music, what is your go-to music genre? And is there a certain genre you haven't tried yet, but you are looking forward to dive into? You mentioned a while ago that you want to go into pop.
Yes, for sure. You know, I've always considered myself a pop R&B artist because I have, you know, a pop sound, but my melodies are R&B. You know what I mean? So I'm very, very in the middle between pop and R&B. And you know, sometimes I like to rap. So I'm an artist, you know what I mean? It's like I don't like to stay in a box. I like to just explore and go out, think outside the box. And I think that's what makes my sound fresh and unique. And I've been doing music since I was young. I'm 23. I started writing when I was 16. So I I've changed a lot from 16 to 23. As an artist, you just keep getting better and better. You write better, you sing better, you want to experience more sounds. And for me, that's just kind of the realm I'm in. I haven't put out an album yet. My first album is coming out in 2023.
Mhm.
So I knew that I wanted to kind of step outside of my zone and go a little bit more pop. You know, I've been through some things in the past few years to where it has affected, you know, my songwriting in a good way better way. There's been a lot of growth, a lot of maturity, and you guys are definitely gonna be able to tell once you hear the new music and hear the stories behind it. So I'm excited.
We're super excited as well, Destiny. So thank you so much again. So for the members of the
Thank
press who would
you.
still like to ask their questions, feel free to email me or Careless Music, and we would love to set up a more intimate Zoom meeting for you and Destiny. So I would like to welcome again to the floor Careless Music Chairman and President James Reed and CEO Jeff to talk about more about what this press con is all about today. So James, can you please expound on this press con that we are having today?
This is a really big moment in the journey of Careless since we've started. You know, the roster and the family is getting bigger, and you know, we really wanted to keep everyone like in the loop and connected to everything that we're doing while we're out here in LA, and you know, sharing like all the big news with everyone. So I just want to thank everyone for being part of this. Thank you for the questions and thank you for the support.
And then, actually, I do want to get to know about the second artist that we are about to announce already, James. Can you talk about a little bit more about this artist?
Yeah, this next artist that we're very excited to announce. I've been a fan of for quite a long time, making waves in the indie scene, and you know, I got to meet her through a mutual friend some years back, and I'm very excited for her to come on board Careless, and you know, for us to be part of the next stage in her music career. So yeah, maybe we should just go and introduce her.
Yes, Jeff, would you like to do the honors?
So at this time, we are very excited. We're very grateful. We're very humbled, and I think most important, very honored to be able to announce the newest Careless artist, August Wa.
To get to know August Walmart, please watch this.
I got a mission. Feel like a vision. As I go deeper, it all gets clearer. Taking my sweet damn time. Waiting for what is mine.
Hello, August.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to the Careless Music family.
Thank you.
How are you feeling right now?
I'm excited. I'm still kind of nervous, but pretty happy to be here.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit more about how you met Careless?
I met Careless, well, a few years ago, just
James.
like what James mentioned earlier, through mutual friends. I used to work with this producer from Australia, and I think at that time he was working with Careless too. And yeah, that's how I met them. Just like, I think partying out one night, or I had a gig or something. Yeah.
So from that moment on to now being part of the Careless music family, what does this moment mean to you?
Oh man, I'm pretty excited. Like I can't really put words to it. Nervous. It's like it's a new adventure for sure.
Actually, from Careless is a very sociable group. So from getting to know them as acquaintances and friends to now being a signed artist, what made you want to sign with them, or what made you say yes to their offer to you?
So that took a while actually, but eventually I realized they made me realize that they didn't really want to control me, and they wanted me to do me. So I'm all up for that.
Which is really rare for artists to be in that type of setup, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, let us all once again give a warm round of applause for Careless music artist Augustua. I'm sure the members of the press who are present have a number of questions that they would like to ask you. We are now once again opening the floor from questions from the press. All right, if you have any question, feel free to raise your hand through the Zoom or type it out in the chat room so that I can read it out to August. We have a number of titles that are present here today. All right, so August, while waiting for your first question, is there any new music that we can already expect from you now that you are with Careless?
Yeah, definitely working on a couple right now. Can't really say much, but yes, you can expect that for me for sure.
In terms of like your music and sound, you already have like somewhat an established sound that a lot of your fans are already familiar with. Is this something that you are going to continue with Careless music, or are you planning to change up some stuff?
Expanding grooves, man. Like I feel like I want to experiment more for sure. I mean, I guess you can, anticipate to like hear some of like what I've already established myself with. Like, no, is that right? But yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely want to experiment too.
In terms of collaborations, who are some of the artists that you are already looking forward to do something with
Locally or internationally?
within the Careless music family?
Oh, within the Careless
Yes.
music family. I want to work with Julian for sure. Masai I've worked with before, James as well. But yeah, Jolie for sure.
That's great to hear. And actually, coming from our offline conversation a while ago, you were telling me that music has been a part of your life since you were 4 years old. But you didn't really start taking it seriously until college. But can you tell us a little bit more about that? Your journey with music.
Yeah. So yeah, since I was 4, because my dad trained me since I was 4, I didn't really have a choice. He discovered me and decided to just train me till I was 4 till I was 14, basically.
So he knew before you did.
Yeah, he knew. He knew.
So from that moment on, was it like a passion for you, or were you just going along with it?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have stuck with it if I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I had fun with it for sure. Like initially it was just fun, like playing, you know what I mean? And then come college where I took up music and then I got in a band and yeah, that's where things got kind of serious, like getting gigs and stuff and like I guess the demand for it.
And then when was that moment when you were like, okay, need to start taking this seriously. This is not just a path that I was thrown on.
Like an actual moment, yeah?
Yes.
I got asked to open up for Erica Badu when she came here, and I
Yes.
was freaking out. I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. I did it anyway, but yeah,
That was that gig
yes,
that changed everything for you.
Definitely.
And this is your first music label, and you have been an indie artist ever since the beginning. So now that you are with the music label, what are your expectations as an artist?
Expectations. I don't know. a lot. I don't want to enumerate them one by one right now, but I guess like, I'm expecting to just put myself out there more and like having a community really and just being a part of something.
Okay, while waiting for some of the members of the media to ask some of their questions, James,
Sure.
I would like to get to know about your interest with August. You've said that you've known her for a while, but what was that? Was there a specific gig or a moment that you saw that made you really want to go up to her and be like, okay, I want you as a Careless music artist?
So I've listened to her music for the longest time, and honestly, when I did ask August to come on, um, I didn't think that she would actually say yes and come on to Careless. And yeah, when she decided to come on, I was like, I was super grateful and I was really excited because there's no one that does the sound that August does, and I'm really excited to like be able to work with her and build off that and see what we can do with it and where she's gonna go next with her music. She just showed she's one of those artists that you look at and you go, wow, she can go in so many directions. So yeah, she just had so much potential. It was really exciting.
We have one question from Rito Asilo. For August, which musical influences led to the current sound that you are pursuing?
I don't know if you can hear it in my music, but I love jazz. Grew up like listening to like Robert Glasper, neo soul as well, Erica Badu, of course, Jill Scott, Lauryn Hill. But I try to incorporate that. But like I still like to play like on my own, see where my music goes when I do that.
We have another question from Ryan Mantilla of Global Daily Mirror. For August, how would you explain your musical flavor? Are there specific genres you'd like to explore?
Specific genres I'd like to explore. Like I'm open to anything really. Like right now I'm hella into like synth pop type of stuff. So that's something I'd want to do.
We have another question from Ryan Mantilla from Global Daily Mirror. For James and Jeff, aside from musical talent and creativity, what factors does Careless Music look for when selecting new artists? James and
I
Jeff,
think,
anyone could answer. Go ahead, Jeff.
I think I can answer that question. I think one very important thing we factor in is just that intangible star power, right? I think
Yeah.
it's one of those things where that's where like as music executives, as people that believe in artists, is that intangible that makes things special, right? I mean, people can sing well, people can write well, people can perform well, but for all of our artists, like when we meet them, we want to find artists that have that X factor where they really just stand out in some way, shape, or form. And I think all of our artists have that in some way, whether it's when they perform, whether it's when they walk into a room, whether it's just their attitude, but it's something about them really pops. And I think that is that one intangible metric that we have. That's it's hard to explain, but we apply it and find it in every single Careless artist.
Thank you, Jeff. We have another question from Rafael Bautista for August. Now that you are a part of the label, does that change the way that you approach your music as compared to being an independent artist?
Not in a creative sense. I'll still play. In a business sense, sure.
And for 2023, for the upcoming year, or even in the near future, what can we expect from you?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
For before the year ends, or at least in early 2023, is there already new material that we can expect from you?
Can't comment on that right now.
Okay, she wants to keep it vague. Okay, all right, we'll wait for that then. Okay, so thank you so much to those who asked questions for August. August, welcome again to the Careless Music family.
Thank you so much.
Again, to the members of the press and the media who would still like to ask further questions, you may do so by emailing me or us, just so that I could coordinate a more intimate interview with you and August. as well as the Careless management team. So I would like to welcome again to the floor Careless Music Chairman James Reed and CEO Jeffrey O to talk a little bit more about Careless Music and their updates. So, Jeff, can you give us a little bit more of an update with what you're doing there in LA and the Philippines? Are there already partnerships that we can see in fruition?
You know, Vanny been trying to dig secrets out of me all night.
The
What I
press
can
is
say,
just dying to know.
what I can say is, without naming specific partners, entertainment has shifted, right? It's just different. The time of major monolithic labels and entertainment companies and networks, that's changed. Everything is very dynamic. So for us, it's about finding the right partners, not only in terms of the artists that we sign, not only the artists that we collaborate with, but the distributors that we work with, the streamers that push out entertainment. The entertainment game has been completely democratized, right? So I would say what you guys can look out for is unexpected, or maybe outside the box collaborations with different editorials and different streamers in 2023, along with perhaps more visibility on the ground in internationally.
So you touched on the democratization of like media and whatnot. Jeff, we would just like to know, does this work to the benefit of Careless Music?
Yeah, I mean, we are an entertainment company, right?
Yeah.
We're in the business of finding talent, helping it grow, and the more outlets that our talent have to express themselves, the better it is, right? We're not in the business of selling views, right? That's a different business. We're in the business of supporting artists, and the more channels there are, the more ways we can get eyeballs, and less gatekeepers in the industry, the better it is for us. So we say, let it burn to the ground, and the little guy always has a chance. And we've been that underdog, and we're continuing to be that underdog. We're rooting for the smaller entertainment companies that are coming up that hopefully take us out one day, right? And keep on pushing and innovating and changing that game.
Thank you for that, Jeff. And coming from that, now James, can you give us a clue on this third artist that we are about to announce?
Stud artists or bands that we are about to announce.
There you go, a band.
Hands down, like one of the best indie alternative bands in the country. They also perform internationally, and I've had the honor of being able to work with them quite a few times, shooting like performances, also in the studio, which has been great. And yeah, they're super talented, unique, one of a kind. And yeah, I'm really excited for them to come on board Careless and see what we can do together.
And if I'm not mistaken, James, this is the first band that you've ever signed for Careless.
Yes, it is.
All right, so without further ado, Jeff, would you like to do the honors of introducing the first band of Careless Music?
So once again, we are grateful. We are humbled. We're honored. And just more than anything, we're just very hyped, right? To be able to announce our newest Careless artists, Sauce.
To get to know Sauce more, please watch this.
Makulay ang buhay, ang raming pwedeng kunan ng sigla. Parang masyadong seryoso, pero kailangan seryoso.
All right, welcome to the Careless Music family. Sauce. Hello, everyone. Just for the members of the
Hey.
press, for their information, they are currently live from Tokyo, Japan, and one member is currently in Hawaii. Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. So, James mentioned a while ago that he has previously worked with you guys before. So, can you tell us a little bit more about that? How did the connection with you and Careless start?
Well, we played with James for one of their events as his band, and then that was I think that was the first time I formally met James. And then I remember him walking in the room, and we were already there. Like we stared at each other. How are we gonna do this?
So how does it work?
How does this work? Yeah, and it worked out. And then I've actually been working with them in a way that
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Without
so
giving
we're-
away too much.
No, can I say it? Yeah. And then, yeah.
Let's keep them in the dark just a little bit longer. But before I proceed to my
Yeah.
next question, can you please introduce yourselves and the role that you play in the band?
Hi, I'm Senya. I am the vocalist and the guitar, synth, and stuff.
I'm King and I'm the drummer.
And I'm Andrew. I play the bass.
Hey,
Alright.
I'm Andrew. I play guitar.
All right. Thanks again
Okay.
so much, everyone, for joining us from different parts of the world. Now, what does it mean to you guys that you are now part of the Careless Music family?
I think it's awesome because, like August Wa, we've been independent as well, like for the longest time. So it's just refreshing that we have a team to back us up and all this like opportunity that comes along with being part of that team.
And it's cool because we've also been together for the longest time. We've been together for 15
15 years.
years. We've been in a band for 15 years,
Yeah,
right?
since
And
high
we've-
school.
Since we were high school, like third year high school. And we've been indie ever since, or we've been indie for the longest time. So it's
Yeah.
cool to like work with people who has the same energy as us and who's willing to like push the limits as far as we want to also. That's
So
pretty
you
cool.
mentioned that you've been independent for about 15 years. So why change the path now? Why sign with Careless Music?
Change is good. Change is always good, and it's something exciting.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, over the past 2 years because of the pandemic, we just wanted to do come back, not come back, but then arrive differently.
Great.
Yeah.
Coming in for the next few years for us. So we're excited to share that experience with Careless.
Yeah,
I
I
am
also
now
feel
opening-
like
Yes,
being-
go ahead.
oh,
Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
I also feel like being a band for so long, we get a feel of what we are, but we just want to open ourselves up to more opportunities or even ways to reinvent the band. And I think as long as it excites us, we feel a lot of energy for it. It's a pretty good sign.
All right, thank you for that.
Yeah.
We are now actually opening the floor for the press and the media to ask their questions. So while we are waiting for them to type, we already have one from Elijah Coloma of Enquire.net from Pop. Which band or bands do you guys look up to? Can you share how they influence your music?
There's just
Do it.
there's just so much
There's a lot.
and not even just bands. I mean, all four of us listen to so much music.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we try to keep it open all the time. I can't like say a name right now, but then a lot of the music today, from before and future music, it's always inspiring us because there's just so much music to listen to.
I think we had like phases too where we listened to a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
So like you kind of hear the influence that we had in the different eras of when we made music. So I think now we're at the point that I think we're just so deep inside like everything. So it's like we don't have a box that we kind of put ourselves in.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
We have another question from Therese Garcia of the Guidon. Hi, Sauce. Which Careless artist do you want to collaborate with in the future?
Oof. Mm.
All of them, add the cart.
I think we can do
A very
one
safe answer.
One massive
Yeah,
track
I
of
mean, like,
everybody.
One song, 20 minutes.
yeah,
With everyone.
It's gonna be the new.
Yeah, yeah.
But
No,
go.
Yo.
yeah. I feel like ito, uh, I'm just excited to like enter the studio, like just collaborate with people, bring guitar, sing anything, and like just jam it out. Because I'm really excited to meet all the talent that Careless has to offer and put in our own flavor in it. Really,
And
so
we've
open
already,
to
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah,
and we've already
open to anything.
collaborated with. Oh, sorry. All thought. Everybody thought.
Andrew muted
Oh,
himself.
no. And we've already collaborated with August, so that was fun. And
Oh,
I think
yeah. Yeah.
we collaborated with August for good company, and that became one of our favorite tracks too.
Yeah.
So it's I with everybody in Careless, I think sky's the limit with who we
Yeah.
can collaborate with. Like there's just so much talent across the
So
board.
excited to hear all of that. But I just want to know what is it about Careless Music that made you say yes to signing with them? Is it the people that's in it or the culture that they have? I'm sure a lot of labels have already reached out to you guys, but why say yes to Careless? What is it about them?
Actually, it comes down to the fact that the goals are almost the same, very in line with ours. Before they approached us, we were already like thinking of expanding regionally, internationally, because that's always been the goal since we started. Like all the hard work that we try to do is really towards that goal. And then when we met, Arthur in our Careless approached me, and then I met with Jeff. We met with Jeff, and then we had a great conversation. And then right after that meeting, I think we had a coffee and donuts somewhere. We looked at each other, bro. Okay.
I think we're pretty sure. I don't think you'll talk to anybody. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just it clicked.
Yeah, for sure. And we just knew. We knew.
Yeah.
And James,
like
prior
love,
to this, you've already only signed solo artists. So why a band now? What is it about Sauce that made you want to sign them?
Why you gonna do that? It's not that we like just stayed away from bands. Most people that we've signed, it's really because it's not that we go scouring for like these artists that we hold auditions. It's really people that we meet that just have good energy, good attitude. We share the same vision. Me, I am a risk taker with everything that I do, and we also want to work with artists with the same mindset, and yeah, it just honestly for like a lot of the artists, almost everyone that signed on with Careless, it just worked out that way. So yeah, now we have a band.
All right. Thank you so much, James. We have another question from Francesca Basbas of Bandwagon Asia. Hi, Sauce. You guys mentioned that you have a new album coming out in the new year. Was this a project that you guys already worked on with the Careless team? And what can we expect from the new record?
Big words.
Did we say that?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, we've been working on it over the past year already. Before we talked, we spoke with Careless. So yeah, so
I think we're at a point where like Careless can help us like even like elevate what we've worked on. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like have those
like we're cooking the food. They're gonna give us a nice plate to put the food in.
they're plating it for us.
Yeah, thank you for the plating. Like with some barbecue sauce on the side.
We have another question from H of the New Hue. Now, this is actually interesting. For Sauce, what growth can you share to the Careless brand? It's like it's baliktad now. Before, kasi it's like, what can Careless do for you? Now, what can you do for Careless?
We're very energetic people.
Yeah.
And we like collaborating. And
Yo,
then
James's face right there.
yeah, and I think I'd like to think we bring good energy to the room, and
Yeah.
then because we like pushing ourselves, and we hope to be infectious in that way. Yeah,
Is that like the best word to use?
infectious. Let's make infectious a positive word in the
Yeah.
coming year.
Yeah, I think we're just, fun, and
Yeah,
we we
yeah, we're nice guys.
we're nice guys.
We're good time.
Have good jokes, do jokes and stuff. But yeah,
All right, thanks so
I
much.
think
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll hop in real quick. I think what I'm excited about is, I think SAS can be a great, peg for the rest of our artists. These guys have been in the game for a minute, and I think and one of the reasons for me why I was excited to sign and work with these guys is I think they represent the perfect balance of being still like head is in the clouds, but also realistic about what the game is, but also very professional, but still very open to new things. It's very hard to find that balance because especially us, Careless, we're mostly English music, a lot of indie artists like trying to carve a financially stable lane while not compromising on our artistic integrity. It's like a very difficult path, and I think SAS has the best mindset on how to do that, and that's something what I hope our younger artists can learn from them. And I think that's the value in one of the many values that they provide is like, I want Careless, and Sauce and all of our artists to create a new path where indie artists and small labels and entertainment companies like us can create lifelong jobs and lifelong livelihoods out of artistry. And I think if anyone's going to pull it off, it's us. It's going to be Sauce. It's going to be our artists. And that's what I'm very much excited about, because I think that's our responsibility as an entertainment company, is to create new pathways for people after us to follow that can have a tangible life, doing music, doing art, coming out of the Philippines, coming out of Southeast Asia.
All right, thanks so much, Jeff. Actually, I just want to know what before I close the floor for questions from the press, what are you guys doing in Tokyo?
Vibing.
Vibe, it's just
No,
vibing.
yeah,
I
we're
know that
playing-
you're there for the festival. We would like to know more about
we're
it.
playing, I'm kidding. We're playing at a festival called Tokyo Music Beyond. Yeah, we're playing this Sunday. We're waiting for Andrew to arrive.
from Hawaii.
Yeah,
Hawaii.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
international.
We're also King and I are actually doing DJ sets around Tokyo as well while we're here. So it'll be fun. We're here for like 2 weeks, vibing.
Just vibing. Nice. Congratulations once again, Sauce. I'm sure the members of the press already have some more questions. But for those of you who would still want to ask them, please do just send an email to Careless Music, just so that we could arrange a more intimate setting, a more intimate interview with you and Sauce. And that was it. Thank you so much for spending your Monday afternoon with us at the Careless Presscon 2022. I'd like to call in all of the artists back on screen for a final shot of everyone for the press. Feel free to grab this as you wish, but we will also be sending you the recorded interviews and whatnot within the press kits that we are sending. But again, I would like to call on all of the artists to please turn their cameras back on for a screen grabbing session with the press. Is everyone on? Everyone's on. All right. Is Destiny here? Destiny. Oh, Nadia here. Oh, all right. Okay. For the press, feel free to screen grab in 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's leave it on for like 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Thank you so much, everyone. Once again, congratulations, Destiny Rogers, Augustua, and Sauce. It's been a pleasure welcoming you to the Careless Music family. I am Vanny Altamonte, and this has been the Careless Presscon 2022. Here are James Reed and Jeffrey O for the closing remarks.
Thank you so much to all the press, all the guests tuned in today, thank you so much. Thank you for the support and thank you for tuning in. We're so excited and really grateful to be able to share all this big news with you guys. And there's a lot more coming, so please stay tuned. We have some huge announcements coming up soon. Can I mention
The thing with the thing?
the thing with the thing? Or at
The
least
thing with
mine,
the thing?
at least mine.
About that thing? Okay, yeah, why not?
I do have.
No, I don't think. That's good. Yeah, no,
So I do have a North American tour coming up for my album Love Scene at the end of January through February. So I'm very excited for that. And we have some more large scale events coming soon, early next year to the Philippines. So please stay tuned.
On my end, thank you guys for making the time. I'm gonna go a little off script, so Vanny, don't panic too much. But I think this press con is a good opportunity to really start the conversation, and you will see us pushing this forward more and more. People wonder, like, how all these great artists are signing with Careless, like, how does this happen? And yes, a lot of it is our mindset. It's a lot of it is the relationship we have with these artists and stuff. But I think a big part of it, which we want to start talking about a lot and start educating, it's our contracts. Like, I think in entertainment, we see some of the most horrendous, abusive contracts out there, of like terrible contracts that take advantage of artists, and no one talks about it, and I can proudly say we have some of the best contracts, the most fair, artist-friendly contracts in the whole music industry in the Philippines. I'd be proud to publish our contracts to the internet. That's how proud I am of the contracts that we make. We're so artist friendly, and we go above and beyond on our end to be creative, to create revenue sources outside of just the artists, so that we can create this environment, because we believe that it's movement, right? And that is something that, as we've grown Careless, we've learned the horrors of these terrible contracts that we see a lot of other artists being trapped in or coming out of. And I think a lot of artists can agree, when you see these 10-year contracts, these auto-renew contracts, these horrendous splits that are illegal anywhere else in the world. That is something that we want to start bringing awareness on, and that's something that we want to change. We want the contracts that we give our artists to be the standard for what any other company in the Philippines gives to their artists. And that is a narrative that we want to start talking about. And maybe this is, I guess, for the press, you guys have some sound bites, some shots fired coming from this press con, but that's something that we really want to kind of be more vocal about in 2023. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this. Careless, we're growing every single day. We're more than honored, and we're just so grateful that these artists have trusted us to come on board and join Careless. And we promise that we will try our very best to bring the most amount of value to our artists, to the Careless community, and to all of our fans. So thank you guys. Really.
All right, so thank you, Jeff and James. For the members of the press and the media, you know that we will be emailing you with a press kit that will have all of the information that you might need. And if you would like to continue this conversation with either Jeff or James or any of the Careless music artists, please do respond and do check out our emails, just so that we could arrange this for your titles. So thank you so much again, everyone. Happy Monday, and we will see you all very soon.
And it's a wrap.